Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. A very good morning. Here we are going to start our last chapter, unit number 5 here from your coursework Amazing Science. So before starting our chapter, there are some instructions that I want to share with you. Point number 1, completely prepare yourself for taking class, means keep your book, copy or a pen with yourself to note down the important terms. Next is, if you have facility to take a screenshot of slide, kindly take it. The next one is, if you are not from the related class, so kindly remove yourself. The next is, do not raise hand during the lecture. Ask your question at the end of the lecture by using the chat box. Next is, take care of the time for attending the class. Okay, the next one is, home tasks should be done in your fair subject copy. The last one is, if there is any disconnectivity during the lecture, try to rejoin the class within 2 to 3 minutes. Students, so this is the unit number 5. The unit number 5 is air. There are some topics that we are discussed today. Point number 1, the topic is air pollution. Second is acid rain, and the third one is measuring air pressure from your course book Amazing Science. Okay, this one is the slide number 1, measuring air pressure. The topic is measuring air pressure. Okay, what is the air pressure and how we can measure? The pressure of the air that is exerted on the earth is called the air pressure or atmospheric pressure. So how we can measure it? Okay, so air pressure is measured by an instrument called a barometer. So by the help of this instrument, what is the barometer? Barometer is a device by which we can measure the air pressure or atmospheric pressure. So air pressure is measured by an instrument called a barometer. Okay, there are some types of the barometer. First one is a simple barometer. Next is ANEROID barometer. The last one is altimeter. I repeat it, class. Measuring air pressure. So air pressure is measured by an instrument called a barometer. So by the help of this instrument or a device, we can measure air pressure. So the name of this device is barometer. So barometer is used to measure the air pressure. There are some types of the barometer. The first one is the simple barometer, and the right barometer, and the last one is the altimeter. So we will move towards the slide number 2. And in this slide number 2 is a simple barometer. Students, we will discuss about the simple barometer. So this one is the structure of the simple barometer. Before starting, this one is the diagram. So first of all, we will talk about its construction. So a simple barometer consists of a long glass tube which is sealed at one end. Okay, this one is the long glass tube. Okay, a simple barometer consists of a long glass tube which is sealed at one end. So which one end is the sealed? This one end is the sealed end. So a simple barometer consists of a long glass tube, which is sealed at one end. So this is the sealed one end. Okay, the next one is filled with mercury and inverted in a dish containing mercury. So it is filled with mercury. This long glass tube is filled with mercury, and inverted in a dish containing mercury. So this long glass tube is inverted in a dish which is also contain mercury inside it. Okay, the next one is the height of the column of the mercury in the glass tube measures the atmospheric pressure, which is equals to the 760 millimeter of mercury at sea level, and mm of Hg. Actually, the mm of Hg is the unit for atmospheric pressure. So millimeter, mm means the millimeter, and Hg is the symbol for the mercury. So at the sea level, what do we do? The height of the column of the mercury means this one is the height of the column of the mercury in the glass tube measures the atmospheric pressure. Actually, this height able to measure the atmospheric pressure, and by the help of this height of the mercury we can measure the air pressure. So in this slide number 3, students, we will discuss about the working, how it is work. So the first one is the height of the mercury column moves up when the pressure increases and moves down when the pressure decreases. Okay, first of all, we will observe that when the air pressure increase, it will apply on this mercury which is filled inside this dish. So it has a specific pressure. By the help of this air pressure, this mercury goes inside this long glass tube and the column of this mercury will be increased. So we can say that the height of the mercury column moves up when the pressure increases, and when it moves down, it means the pressure of the air will be decreased. So for the simple barometer, we use mercury. Students, we will use mercury in a barometer because it's convenient than thus using water. We can also use the water here, but there's a difference. Why? Water is less dense. Less dense means less heavy or ineffective than mercury. Ineffective than mercury. So air pressure will lift a certain volume of water much higher a tube than a same volume of mercury. So that's why we use mercury instead of water. Okay, students, we will move to slide number 4. In the slide number 4, we will discuss the aneroid barometer. Okay, what is the aneroid barometer? Okay, first of all, we will understand the simple barometer are useful and accurate, but the mercury is a poisonous and no one really wants to grade lack of mercury sloping around in their home. So that's why we use aneroid barometer. That's why we use aneroid barometer. So this one is the diagram for the aneroid barometer, and the constructions are: an aneroid barometer is a box which flexible side with the flexible side. So this one is the box with which having the flexible sides. So the next one is its working. If the atmospheric pressure changes, the box changes shape and move a pointer across the scale. If the pressure change, so the box of the aneroid meter change its shape. By the help of this changing the shape, the pointer will move across the scale. So by which we can identify there is a change in a pressure. So how it is work? What is the function of the aneroid meter? We will discuss. Okay, aneroid barometer have a sealed airtight metal box. This one, sealed airtight metal box inside. Okay, as the pressure rises, the box excuses. The box contract, invert a little bit. If the pressure decreases or fall down, the box flexes outward. So it is clear. Okay, a spring which is attached with this box, a spring which is attached with this box, and as the box move in or out, as the box moves or in or out in response to change in air pressure, so the spring expand or contract. So spring will expand or contract and moves the pointer. This will be the pointer and moves the pointer. So what will do? It contacts and moves the pointer on the dial. On the dial. This one is the dial. Okay, it will move the pointer on a dial. So the dial is calibrated. This one. The dial is, this is the pointer. The dial is calibrated by marked with number, which having the number inside it, inside the dial. So you can read the air pressure instantly. The needle show, this one is the needle, this one is the pointer. Okay, the needle shows the changes in the air pressure. If it moves clockwise, if it is moved clockwise, so up the dial, so the pressure increases. So the weather is likely to be getting hotter, drier, and a finer. So what will do? The needle shows the change in air pressure. If it moves clockwise, means clockwise, as we know what is the clockwise. If it moves clockwise up the dial, so the pressure is increased. So the weather is likely to be getting hotter, drier, and finer. The next one is if the needle turns counterclockwise. If the needle turns counterclockwise, the pressure is decreases. The pressure is decreases, and the weather is likely to get cooler, wetter, and of course poorer. I hope student it is clear. So how we can use it? It is used for weather forecast the weather. So the next one is slide number 5. In the slide number 5, we will discuss about the altimeter. What is the altimeter? Actually, the altimeter is used by the pilots and mountaineers. So it indicates their height or altitude above the sea level. So the word lt means height. So meter, a instrument, a device which is used to measure the height is called altimeter. So it indicates their height or the altitude. Lt means it is arise from the altitude. Lt means arise from the altitude. So it indicates their height or altitude above the sea level. So we use altimeter. Okay. What is the altimeter? An altimeter is a device that measures altitude, a location, distance, a location's distance above the sea level. Okay, most altimeters are barometric. Barometric so means they measure altitude by calculating the location's air pressure. By calculating the location's air pressure, and it is used to measure the height. Okay, student, I hope it is clear. Okay, class, we will move towards the slide number 6. And in this slide number 6, what is happening? Yes, this one is the air pollution. What is this? This one is the air pollution. So, what is the air pollution actually? This one is the definition for the air pollution. The unwanted and harmful substances in the air cause air pollution. The unwanted and harmful substances in the air cause air pollution. And what are the unwanted and harmful substances? Actually, those type of the substances which are not good for our health are called harmful substances and unwanted substances. So it is add up and mix with the air and cause air pollution, like in this picture. The steam is having the a lot of content which are not useful for our health. So unwanted and harmful substances, it could be any type of the substances in a form of the solid, in a vapor form, or in a gaseous form. Means there are a lot of gases which arises from here. We can say that this one is the sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogenous oxide. So unwanted and harmful substances in the air cause the air pollution, which are cause the air pollution. Okay. In the slide number 7, we will discuss the acid rain. What we will discuss? We will discuss the acid rain. So, what is the acid rain? Acid rain is a rain that is unusually acidic, and highly corrosive in nature, So what is the acid rain? Okay, we know about what is rain. We all know that what is the rain, but what is the acidic rain, or what is the acid rain? Actually, the acid rain is a type of a rain. Acid rain is also a type of a rain, but that is unusually acidic. Means in this rain, acids are present. So what are the acids and how it comes from this? So and highly corrosive in nature. Okay, this is a usual, a normal, or a common rain. But when the acids are enter the rain, it will becomes acidic rain. So acid rain is a rain that is usually unusually acidic and highly corrosive in nature. What is the meaning of the corrosive in nature? Corrosive means actually tending to cause corrosion. Corrosion, what is corrosion? To decay, to decomposition, rusting, degeneration, or damages called the corrosive. So, acid rain is a rain that is unusually acidic and highly corrosive in nature. What are the effects of acid rain? So first of all, we will discuss the whole process for the acid rain. So acid rain is caused by a chemical reaction. Acid rain is caused by a chemical reaction that begins when compounds like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide are released into the air. And like of this type of the substances or the gases when released inside into the air and make it polluted. By the help of this polluted air, acid rain will be caused. So there are some effects of the acid rain. First one is acid rain can have harmful effects on plants, animals, and humans. So acid rain, what is the acid rain and what are the effects of the acid rain? Acid rain can have harmful effects on plants, animals, and humans. So we can say that acid rain is a very harmful, not only for us, but also for the plants, animals, and as well as for us, means for the human beings. So acid rain is not good for us, even for not for the plants, animals, or the human life as such. So the point number one and the effect number one of the acid rain is it cause breathing problem. What if it cause breathing problems and lung diseases? It will cause the breathing problems and lung diseases. As you can see in this diagram, there are some clouds and raining clouds, but there is the color of this raining is different. But it is the acid rain. It is the acid rain. So SO2 means sulfur dioxide react with water and oxygen to form acid rain. Acid rain corrodes the building and metals structures as well. And the important effect which occurs on the human body is SO2 means sulfur dioxide causes respiratory problems in humans. So it will cause the respiratory problems in the humans. Respiratory problems are like means the problem which is relating with the lungs. So lungs are definitely in the respiratory system. There are the lungs. So lung diseases can be caused by the help of the by the cause of the acid rain. As you can see in the diagram, the girl is coughing continuously. Why? Just because of the acid rain. Just because of the acid rain. It causes breathing problems and lungs diseases. So, what is the first point number one for the acid rain? The effect is it causes breathing problem. Means there's a problem in the breathing to take oxygen inside the body and release out the carbon dioxide of the body. So it causes breathing problem and lungs diseases. So what is the lungs diseases? Diseases means any type of the problem by the help any cause which having the any cause by the help of the any cause. So there is a cause of acid rain. So there is a problem of lungs and lung diseases. So breathing problem and the lung diseases. The next point is it damages the buildings. It damages the buildings, trees, and crops. So it is also affected for the plants. So the point number two is that it is also affected for the plants. So in this diagram, you can easily observe that it damages the buildings, trees, and crops. Okay, in this diagram, there are some buildings and it is affected by the acid rain. In the next diagram, it damages buildings, trees and crops. So these are the trees and crops. So the this polluted air makes the rain acidic. By the help of the acid rain, which is released from the clouds, it will cause create damage on the trees and crops and make it corrosive and cause the infertility in the plants. Okay, the next one is it can be harmful to fish and other wildlife. It can be harmful to fish and other wildlife. How we can say that it is harmful for the fish and for the other wildlife? Wildlife means where the animals are present, the life of the wild or the jungle. So it can be harmful to fish and other wildlife. As you can see in the diagram, there are some factories, houses, traffic light structures. So it will release carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and sulfur dioxide. It will release and add with the water and other oxygen which is present inside the air. So it will merge it, and the rain which is starting from this cloud, mix it then. Mix it with it, and then release with in a form of acidic, and then release in a form of acidic rain. So what type of the acid is here? Actually H2SO4, sulfuric dioxide, H2SO4 and HO3. So the acid are sulfuric acid and nitric acid. This one is the sulfuric acid and nitric acid. So by the help of the SO2, it will form H2SO4, sulfuric acid, and the next for NO3 is NHNO3. NO2, HNO3. So HNO3, what is the HNO3? Actually the nitric acid. This is the type of the acid which is added in the rain, and definitely it will fall down in the river or the sea where the animals or where the fishes are present. So it will add in this water and cause a massive damage in the wildlife and as well as in the water. So in this slide number 8, we will discuss that how acid rain occurs. Okay, we will discuss by the help of this diagram. Okay, I hope you will understand it very well. Okay, the acid rain is caused by a chemical reaction. An acid rain is caused by a chemical reaction that begins when the compound like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides and carbon dioxide. When sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides and carbon dioxide are released into the air. These substances can rise very high. So these three substances, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, these substances can rise very high into the atmosphere. It has ability to rise very high into the atmosphere. And what is the atmosphere? A layer of air is called the atmosphere. So where they mix and react with water, where they mix and react with water, oxygen and other chemicals to form more acidic pollutant means, and the form various acidic compounds. We call that compounds sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid. It will form sulfuric acid and nitric acid. So, by the help of these various acidic compounds, acid rain will cause. So, what are the cause of this acid rain? These three compounds: carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxide. So, when the rain started, it will damage the lands, crops, trees, buildings, and such as statues, and also cause the breathing problem and lungs problem inside the human body. So there's some animated picture. I hope it is clear. Okay, there's a traffic. By the help of the industry, with the industry, it will cause, what is it called? It is cause a carbon dioxide. It will release the carbon dioxide. Industry release carbon dioxide. Traffic release. What is the traffic release? Traffic release NO2, nitric oxide. And the third one, electricity, means the power station. Power station, by the help of power station, SO2 will be released. So these three components are released in this way, and it is added with the air and cause the acid rain. So which type of the gases they will form? First of all, they will form carbon dioxide from the industry, produce carbonic acid. SO2 means sulfur dioxide from power stations cause sulfuric acid, produce sulfuric acid, and the next and the last one is NNO2, nitrogen oxide and nitrous oxide from the traffic's polluted air cause nitric acid. Cause nitric acid. So these three acids are added in the air and make it polluted. By the help of these acids, the acid rain will be caused. I hope student it is clear. So today's home task is unit number 5. The question number 1, define barometer and the types of barometer. And the answer, you can see the answer on book page number 45 and 46 or from the slide number 1. So what is the question number 1? Question number 1 is for the home task, unit number 5 here. Question number 1 is define the barometer. So you will write the definition for the barometer, give the proper heading and write the barometer definition and its types of barometer. So you will just write the names of the types of the barometer which is present in the slide number 1, and you can also find the answer in your book from your book page number 45 and 46. Okay, what is the question number 2? And the question number 2 is write 3 points on effects of acid rain. You will write 3 points. What you will do? You will write only 3 points on effects of acid rain. So the answer you can see the answer in your book page number 47, or you can also take the answer from the slide number 7. So the answer for the question number 2 is also present on the slide number 7. The slides number are also given that time. This one is the slide number 7. So effects of acid rain. So these 3 are the effects of the acid rain. So you will copy the answer from the slides. So the next one is question number 3, define air pollution. Define air pollution. Definitely you will define the air pollution, give the proper heading of the air pollution and write the definition there. So see answer on the page number, on book page number 47, and also you can see the answer and take the answer from the slide number 6. So the answer for the air pollution also given the slide number 6. Okay, there is another thing that I want to share with you. Note, there's a note, complete the written work means a book exercises in your copy from the page number 49. From the page number 49. What you will do, now you will open your book and go to the page number 49. There's a question number 1. Answer the following question. What are the questions are there? What is the atmosphere? Question number part B is what is the percentage of the different gases found in the atmosphere? Part C, name the layers of the atmosphere. Which layers it's just you will write what is the name layers of the atmosphere. Okay, part D is what is the atmospheric pressure, and the part E, describe a barometer. Part F, how will you prove by an experiment that air exert pressure. Part G, how is weather affected by changes in the air pressure. And the question number 2 in your book from the page number 49 is the question number 2, fill in the blanks to complete the following statement. So there are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. There are from A to J blanks. You will complete it in your book. So blanks, and the question number 3, choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer means there are some MCQs. So question number 2 means the filling the blanks, and question number 3 means the choose the best answer. You will done inside the in your book. While the question number 1, answer the following question, you will complete it inside your fair subject copy. I hope it is clear, students. So this one is the home task, in other type of the home task that I want to share with you. So what you will do, prepare MCQs. What you will do, prepare MCQs for online assessment. You will prepare some MCQs about, take some 25 to 50 MCQs from each unit to prepare MCQs for the assessment. So you will prepare MCQs for online assessment. So what you will do, there is some syllabus for the test. Unit number 1, learning to be a scientist. Unit number 2, living organisms. Unit number 4, photosynthesis and respiration in plants. And the unit number 5 is air. I hope it is clear, students. Thank you.